Alright guys, make sure the mic is on and we are good to go. So, the main topic of today's video is going to be about where I've been in the past couple months, or not months, a couple weeks. I haven't posted anything in about 2 weeks, and that's mainly because I didn't really have anything to film. Like, I'm just gonna be super honest with this video. Like, I didn't have anything to film, and I didn't feel like making myself find something to film. Like, I was on the grind the last 2 months trying to come up with content for you guys, and I loved it. But I got sick a few weeks ago, and I just needed time for myself, and I'm probably going to slow down just a little bit. Before we get started on the topic of what's really gonna happen to the channel, I kind of want to give you guys a like a history of how this channel started. And this is definitely going to be one of those videos where I'm talking about what's going to happen to the channel, what's happening to the channel and happening to the truck. There's no modifications to it, so if you're one of those people that come to my channel specifically for modifications, this video might not be the video for you. But we are going to be talking about future modifications and possibly a new build, so you might want to stick around. I had a white LOY Duramax. I will put a couple clips at the end of this video because it's kind of going to relate with what I'm going to talk about today. I had that LOY Duramax. I had that truck. I bought that truck when I was in college, working part-time, going to school full-time. I had a pretty good job. I worked at Costco, and Costco pays very well. All right, Billy, what did we just do?
Well, blocked our manager's car in. Well, his door's in. He's not getting in unless he's going through the hatch. Not happening. Hey, get it close up. Show him where the windshield wiper's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. What are those? Ready to go home? I actually made just enough to where I could afford that Duramax, as well as afford to pay rent and do modifications after like saving up for months. So not only did I work at Costco, I worked side jobs. Like I would referee, and I was like really hustling for money, trying to get this, trying to have a nice truck while I'm in college. At the same time, trying to like go to college and finish and get my degree too. Going to school full-time, working 25 hours to 40 hours if they allowed me to, and then working side jobs like refereeing and helping my friend's dad with his like chip business. You guys, if you're the OG, you would know the daily vlogs I did like 2 years ago. Look at all these chips, which I have taken down because I didn't want to take up too much space on the channel and confuse like newcomers. 3 years later, I wish I was doing full-time, but I'm not. And you guys probably, you know, watch my videos, like watch my channel, and then there's other guys like Street Speed, Dirty Max Jack, TJ Hunt, the Goon Squad, and all those guys. They are full-time YouTubers. They make very good money off of YouTube, and so you guys probably think that like I make that much money on their level, but really I'm like down here. I don't make that much at all. Contrary to popular belief, I am not a full-time YouTuber. I do it part-time. I have a full-time job that pays for my truck modifications. YouTube does help, but I'm gonna tell you guys how much I make. I make on average about $600 a month. On a good month, I would make about $1,000. And it also depends on like time of the year. Like during holiday season, you would get more. So during holiday, like the holidays are coming up, so we'll probably start making more money but it also depends on the quality of the content too. So last year when I bought this truck, my page kind of blew up. I was making decent money. I made $2,000 in 1 month. Like the second month, I made like 1,800 bucks. Which is really nice, but one thing you gotta be careful is that it fluctuates. It doesn't always stay at like $2,000. It doesn't go, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it drops down to like 600 bucks. So like I was making 2,000, 1,800 bucks, and then after Christmas, New Year's came, and generally around New Year's, your ad revenue drops. So I went back down to like 600 bucks. And ever since then, I kind of stayed at 600 bucks, 700 bucks. But the reason why I tell you guys how much I make is I want to be transparent and kind of let you guys like know the reality of I guess, me. For the younger audience, you're probably thinking, wow, $600-700, that's a lot of money. It is, but it's not enough to where I can live off of it just by doing YouTube. So that's why I have a full-time job. Just making $600 to $1,000 a month is not going to provide that's the sound of my new turbo, by the way. Yeah, but $600 to $1,000 is not going to help me modify my truck. So having a actual job on top of YouTube really does help with the modifications and doing builds on my truck. And $600 to $1,000, I'm very grateful for that. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm not like, I don't want it to seem like I'm complaining about how little I make. I'm very proud of how much I make from YouTube because I never thought I would make that much money. And you know, making videos is what I like to do, and so it's a hobby that kind of pays for itself. So I'm very grateful, but I want to tell you guys like the reality. And so like there's certain people that want me to do modifications like back to back, which I did lift, wheels, tires, headlights, bunch of stuff. I did all of that in like 3 months, and I'm kind of at a place where I've kind of slowed down with the build. There's really not much I can do except like steps and the bumpers. And like I said, I'm just an average Joe who just works just like you and makes YouTube videos on the side. So I can't just go out and keep blowing money like every month. Like, I can't keep spending like thousands of dollars every month because every modification that I want to do is like at least $1,000. Amp steps are like $1,200. Turbo is like $1,200, and bumper is like $1,600. So that right there is like close to $4,000. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get comments like, all you do is make videos, it's so easy, and you make $600. You can't just make videos, you have to make videos that people want to watch. So I can't always make a video like this where I'm talking in front of a camera for like 15 minutes. Sometimes I have to film my truck getting modified. I have to film other people's truck getting modified. I have to showcase other people's. Like, I have to come up with content. And I think the hardest part about YouTube is like talking in front of a camera. Me, like, I'm an introverted person, so it's like till this day it's still hard for me to talk to a camera. I have to like hype myself up to talk to the camera because I kind of still get nervous and have like stage fright. So if you're naturally good at talking in front of a camera, well, hats off to you. But for me, I'm not like that, so it takes me a lot of tries. This is my second try. I started filming during the daytime. That's really all I want, and here we are losing daylight. So this is like my second or third try of filming because I'm just not very good at talking. So, and it's also like, and a lot of people that message me asking about how to start YouTube is, most people are like, how do I just start talking in front of a camera? Because that's the hardest part, and most people don't like the way they sound, and including myself, I don't really like the way I sound. So people, they'll film and then they'll play back the video that they just recorded, and they're gonna be like, ooh, I sound stupid, I'm gonna delete it and never post it. So that's the hardest part, and everyone's gonna judge you online, so that's the fear itself. So it's not just making videos, it's you gotta deal with your own fear, you gotta deal with all the hate, people making comments about every little thing. Like, if you mispronounce a word in a 20-minute video, they're gonna comment, be like, wow, you mispronounced a word, stuff like that. So kind of at a point where I don't really want to do anything to my truck other than like bumpers and the steps, and I don't want to force myself to keep doing stuff to the truck to satisfy you guys. Like, I love you guys, I appreciate everybody watching me, watching this channel, but I don't want to like force myself to keep doing stuff to the truck when I'm happy with the way it looks now. That is where we are with this truck. I'm probably not gonna do too much more to it. Honestly, it's just really nice to be able to have a vehicle that you're satisfied with and you can just enjoy driving. My last truck, my LOY Duramax, I sold it just as I was happy. Oh, excuse me. I sold it just as I was happy with it, and then I bought this truck and I was happy with it, but I wanted more. So it took me like 8 months to have it where I really like it. And so now, like, don't want to keep doing stuff to it because I'm happy with the way it is. I don't want to sell it because I don't want to start over. So with that being said, we're going to start a new project. You heard it. We're going to start a new project. I'm getting a new project truck. We're probably looking towards the end of the year, because what I want to do is I kind of want to finish up the bumper and the amp steps, or maybe even the RBP steps, depending on what you guys think I should do. Finish a couple major modifications to this truck. I still have to do some maintenance stuff like the kryptonite front end stuff, which I will make a video on pretty soon. I have the parts ordered. We're gonna be finishing this truck up first, so it's gonna take a couple months, and then we're gonna go truck shopping in a little bit. I wanna bring you guys along. I have a budget of like $15,000, and I wanna buy a classic body Duramax again. I would like to buy LBZ, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find an LBZ for $15,000. So my choices are LOY and LB7. I'm kinda scared to buy an LB7 because with the next truck I buy, I want to be able to I want to buy a bone stock truck, like stock exhaust even, nothing done to it, and I want to modify everything on my own basically. So it's going to be stanced and leveled so that way it can fit in the garage, and I want to be able to work on the engine myself. I want to learn with this project truck. I want to learn how to do injectors, do turbo, do the CP3 pump if I need to. I want to be able to do all that myself. With my LOY, I managed to replace the fuel pressure regulator myself, and that was a pretty big accomplishment for me. I had fun like doing that. So with my next project truck, I want to be able to do performance modifications myself, bring you guys along the way. It's going to be a learning curve for me because I'm not a diesel mechanic. I don't pretend to be. Yeah, so since I'll be working on my truck myself, I don't really want to do an LB7 because, like I said, I'm kind of scared to do LB7 injectors. I watched a friend of mine who's a mechanic do injectors on my LOY, and it was actually fairly simple, so I'm pretty sure that's something I could do and definitely learn how to do. LB7 injectors, I'm sure I can learn how to do it too, but if I can avoid that, I'd rather just learn how to do LOY injectors. So I guess right now what I'm looking for is an LOY Duramax, possibly an LBZ, and possibly an LMM. And you guys already know that I'm a huge fan of GMC front end. If I buy an LMM, I would be buying a front end that looks exactly the same as my Denali. So LMM is kind of like a super maybe, because I don't want to have two trucks that have like similar front end. So right now I'm leaning towards an LOY, but the twist is I don't want to buy another GMC LOY. I want to buy a cat eye LOY. I've always thought the cat eye looked really good, and the cat eyes are like timeless. They're the classic body. The cat eye classic bodies are like timeless, and I just love the way they look, and I think they look really good when they're like leveled and stanced. So it's gonna be like my project truck as well as like a daily driver. So that way I don't put too many miles on this truck, and I'll probably kind of transform that truck into more of a show truck, and have my project truck as my daily driver. It'll also be easier to get in and out of because it's just going to be level. Yeah, so that is the plan for this channel. It's going to be a complete build from scratch. I want to buy the most like stock truck out there, and it's going to be kind of cool. I want to be able to bring you guys along. So what I'll do is I'll probably have some sort of poll at the end of the video, and depending on what you guys answer, I will probably go with that on the next modification. So for example, let's say I buy a truck, and the first thing I'm going to ask is, should I debadge this or keep all the badges? And you guys let me know, and whichever gets more votes, I will go that route. So I think it's going to be kind of fun, like you guys stay engaged throughout the whole project, and we can start from scratch and finish together. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'm pretty excited about it. And with that being said, I'm going to finish this video with some LOY clips from my old truck. The more I look at this truck, I'm seriously thinking about putting myself in debt and just buying it tomorrow.
Nah, but I still like my truck. You can't go wrong with this body style, to be honest. Like, you know, as newer body styles come out, these are getting harder to find, so I think I have a really solid truck with me right now. I'm gonna keep it for at least a couple more years, but who knows, I might actually get one of these eventually. I do want to get Denali though, and dang, looking at this, I want to get mine off. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I don't need running boards on my side of the truck, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. However, my friends, they need running boards, so I'm just gonna keep it like this on this side of the truck. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm only gonna take pictures from this side because this side looks better.
Wow.